Hello, welcome to the Bottled Imp. My name is Ken Boyter, and we are definitely exploring the realms of fantasy at the UK Games Expo 2016. We have another special little interview episode for you. This is Andrew, and he is from Terrible. Hello there. He's from Terrible Games. Is that how you pronounce it correctly?
Terrible Games, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Terrible Games.
Excellent.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about the company. How did it all start?
It started way back in 2003 during the Iraq War.
Okay, cool.
We had the idea to turn the war on terror into a game.
Like you do.
It felt like a game. We thought it should actually be a game.
Yeah.
The only starting point was the axis of evil should be a spinner in the middle of the board.
Okay.
And then it grew from there, ended up with a balaclava in the box, and
Fantastic.
it got a lot of interest, shall we say.
Yeah, I can imagine. Because I guess there's that serious side to, well, how can you make a game out of war and all
Yes.
of that? But then when you look around, there's loads of war games.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why shouldn't
yeah.
that be any different? Just because it's current?
Yeah. No, I mean, what was interesting about that is that most people, we thought we would get objections about the content.
Right.
And we spent 3 years researching the content of it, and we were really prepared to defend that.
Yeah.
But most people were saying their objection was that you can't use a game for this purpose.
Right.
And so that got us thinking, maybe you can use games for this purpose.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're about now. We're using traditional game forms, card games, board games, group games, to just analyse and play with real life subjects.
Yeah.
Often subjects that other games avoid.
No, and that's very good, because then you're basically bringing another layer to the gameplay. So you're bringing reality to the gameplay, but you're doing it in hopefully a fun sort of way.
Absolutely.
And it's a social kind of issue as well that maybe gets people talking about it.
It does have to be fun, otherwise it fails as a game.
Yeah.
I made a game called Drudge about the tedious monotony of being caught in a work-life cycle.
Excellent.
It worked brilliantly.
Yeah.
Except it wasn't. It worked too well. It was really boring.
Everyone just got really down. But that reminds me of the film Brazil. Have you seen that film?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Brazil.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Brilliant. So I do know that you have got a game that I've already played before.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this one. This is the Hen Commandments.
It's the Hen Commandments.
Excellent. Here it is. Here.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is. So do you want to just run through the gameplay on that?
Yeah, sure. So basically, we hadn't done a party game. I thought it would be really fun to have a party game based on religious dogma and how fluid it is, how it can change, and it's open to abuse and interpretation.
Yeah.
So it all centres around these 6 cards.
Okay.
And what it is, there's this holy chicken laying these eggs, and some people say that they can see words and phrases on these eggs.
Fantastic.
And as disciples of the holy chicken, it's our job to work out what it is she's trying to impart to us.
Right.
I'll give you a quick demonstration.
Yeah, please do.
So you might get something like, at sunrise, protect the hungry neighbour near eternal peace. And the whole game essentially is drawing sense out of nonsense and then arguing about it.
Brilliant.
And the most compelling argument usually wins out. And the reward, what you get at the end of the game, that the best disciple gets a copy of the Hen Commandments. And then they can go away and start a new life and spread the religion. They can even start their own sect. So
you've done a little pamphlet here.
I have. Yeah, this is.
So this is the history of. This is the history of the Hen Commandments, isn't it?
It is.
Hedonism.
It's a history of hedonism, of chicken worship through the ages. It's a very authoritative document. There's some very interesting stuff about fanatical hedonism here. There's some splinter groups who started worshipping egg-laying mammals, thinking that anything that laid eggs was naturally holy.
Okay.
And then those egg-laying mammal splinter groups themselves schismed,
and they had splinter groups.
Some followed the platypuses, some followed the echidnas, and it got very messy.
Well, that's kind of how religion works.
It is.
It's a lot of splinter. So you've got these cards here. Tell me about these cards as well.
Well, this is like the formal mechanism that we use to. Because if it was just this, it would be chaos.
Yep.
So the way you actually argue your point is that you have a hand of virtue cards,
Okay.
and they're quite.
Should we show them out a little bit? Yeah.
They're quite traditional things like purity and desire and tolerance.
Okay.
So before anyone talks, the first thing you do is you pick the virtue you feel best represents the sense of this commandment.
Okay, so that's all done in secret? That's like...
It's done in secret, yeah. So you pick that and you place it face down.
Okay.
And everyone does the same.
Yep.
And when you reveal, it's only those disciples who have a unique take on this that they then get
debate.
to have a minute as an egg timer.
An egg timer. Of course it's an egg timer.
They get up to a minute to try and sell their vision to the others.
Yeah.
The disciples who pick the same, so like if two people pick discipline, for example,
Yeah.
those disciples, they don't get to speak, they become judges.
Right.
And it's their job to listen to all the other arguments. And then they have the power. They vote who has the best interpretation.
Right. And then these are...
That's holy corn.
That's holy corn.
Yeah. So the judges award the holy corn.
Of course you get holy corn.
Course, yes.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, I have played this game, as you know.
Yeah.
And we've not really talked about that, though, have we?
No. We've avoided it.
No. I thoroughly had a good time. We had a good time. Basically, I've played it a good couple of times now.
Yeah.
And it seems to work well with different types of people as well.
Yeah.
So the first time I played it, I actually played it with people who are into religion. Into religion.
Religious. I believe there's an adjective for
Thank
those
you.
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Words. And they're Christians.
Right.
And what I loved about this was this doesn't mock religion.
No,
you're not mocking
absolutely
religion.
not. No.
And it actually, they were coming from it and they were quoting Bible references, but they were sort of adapting it to the hedonism way. So they were putting chickens in and they were putting eggs and they were putting farmers in.
Yeah.
But they were coming up with the proper quotes. And it just sounded really, really cool.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about it is it actually kind of got me starting about thinking about religion, and we kind of had a little chat about it.
Right, yeah.
Not nothing majorly serious, but then it just brings a new aspect to it, and then you kind of think, once you've, what is a religion? It's like questioning that, and then like you say, spin to groups come in, and why would our religion be correct and your one isn't?
Yeah.
It has all of that, and what I like about it is that you're not mocking it, but you've made, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's absolutely
I hope
fun.
so.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And so you are some sort of high priest, is that correct?
Well, naturally, like as the person who played the game, I've got to be at the top,
Yeah.
Like there has to be some benefit for doing this.
Of course. And so I absolutely love the artwork. Tell me about the artist. Who's the artist?
The artist is Tom Morgan-Jones.
Yeah.
A formidable artist, and in fact, he's really part of Terrible Games. Obviously, there's just two of us.
Yeah.
But his drawings are in everything, in War and Terror, but there's 200 pictures of his on the War and Terror box.
Fantastic.
And his inky style is kind of reflective of who we are.
Yeah, it's a bit quirky.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit kind of rough. Yeah.
It's slightly messy.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I mean, obviously don't judge a board game by its cover, but kind of all of us do, don't we? And I absolutely love the artwork, and you've got nice little illustrations in the book as well.
Yeah.
And these are really cool. I really love them, and these are very creative, and they're very thematic to the actual virtue.
We took these inspiration from these from looking at old manuscripts.
Oh, of course.
And the marginalia of that is just whack. I mean, those monks, they were either bored out of their minds, or they were on some pretty trippy
serious
stuff.
mead.
Serious mead.
Fantastic. Excellent. And how? Sorry, I was going to say, how have you been finding the expo itself?
It's huge, isn't it? I mean, it's just grown year on year. It's incredible.
10th year now.
Yeah.
So, and also, I believe you've got a new project on the go. What's all this? What's all this?
That's our new project. Is Trumps.
It's there we go. It's not fantasy related, or is it?
Well,
because
there you go. If only it were
fantasy.
That's going on Kickstarter in a couple of weeks. It's not really. It is a game.
It is a game.
It's not really like a one of our full releases.
Right.
It's something we felt we had to do.
Yeah. You wanted to. I mean, because you've got a very unique comedy angle, haven't you?
Yeah.
And so obviously somebody like Trump, it's kind of you're not going to ignore, are you?
He makes our job difficult. Like you can't satirise Trump because he undoes himself with everything he says.
Yeah.
So what this is about it's top trumps using his own words.
Fantastic.
And rated by misogyny, racism, and things like that.
Yeah.
The one kind of twist we managed to get into the game so that we feel a bit more kind of creatively fulfilled about doing this is that to resolve draws in this, what you have to do, you have to argue seriously for the quote on your card without cracking a smile.
Right.
The person who does first, they lose the draw.
Right.
So hopefully we get a little bit richer gameplay into it rather than just a top trumps rip-off.
No, and that's good. And I also think, again, like with your other games, you're going to be raising issues. People will start, maybe talking about it in a serious way and maybe getting people thinking kind of properly, I don't know how you put it, about issues. And you know what? That's what I like about games. It's not necessarily all about fun. Obviously, there's going to be fun there, but you get educational games, you get also abstract, you get maths games. But if it's all fun, it's like learning by stealth.
Yeah, it is. And there's so many studies that have been done of people when they're in a play aspect, their mind becomes much more open to all sorts of things. Different areas of the brain light up, and you're very receptive to ideas.
Fantastic.
So it's something we're really into. We're very evangelical about using games for learning. And that sounds really boring and to say it, but
I know what you mean. Yeah,
it covers a lot of ground.
Yeah, you've got to have some meat behind it.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much. That's fantastic, Andrew. Brilliant. And, once again, thank you so much for watching, fellow imps. Remember, keep it unreal, especially if you're going to start a cult religion.